Thanks for coming again. So another chance, another hour, and another hope. And as I said yesterday, I try to put the message across about a little bit about attitude of development. I appreciate your statement that you realize it even top level where it starts and it comes from somewhere. And here's a big message. You are the stakeholder. You are the guys in charge what UK hockey earn in a decade of 15 years maybe. So you're involved very much. That is a great chance. It's exciting, but it's responsibility as well. Before we talk about youth hockey, what it means for me, what aspect we have. So it's not just the technique and the tactic, it's way, way more. If I can put that across during this hour, I would be happy. But let's go back before. You saw this slide about the process. Kevin mentioned it, like to establish a world-class or a good environment of club is very important, how these pieces work together. I see in Switzerland very passionate coaches, but sometimes they're in a tunnel, no? They see the problem, they work hard, they do run the show, and maybe even on education, on development, they try to establish and to reach, solve everything from PK to whatever, no? But it's not, because you're just a piece in a long-term athlete process. As well, in a culture of club, we try to be innovative, we try to be creative and try and check. If it's not working, you can go back or you adapt. And maybe the thing I try to mention, maybe here you have another fancy guy telling the same story.
Doesn't matter. Stephen P. Jobs, it's fine. Steve Jobs is fine. In most companies, if you're new and you ask, why is it done this way? The answer is because that's the way we do it here, or because that's the way it's always been done. And in my opinion, the largest contribution of much of this quality thinking is to approach these ways of doing things, these processes, scientifically, where there is a theory behind why we do them. There is a description of what we do, and most importantly, there is an opportunity to always question what we do. And this is a radically different approach to business processes than the traditional one, because it's always done this way. And that single shift is everything, in my opinion, because in that shift is a tremendous optimistic point of view about the people that work in a company. It says these people are very smart. They're not pawns. They're very smart. And if given the opportunity to change and improve, they will. They will improve the processes if there's a mechanism for it. And that optimistic humanism I find very appealing. And I think we have countless examples that it works.
I believe it's not business, it's sport as well, no? What we have as a task is, I heard it, I like this statement, like, we should have focused on what could be the hockey in 15 years or 20 years. That's demanding, but it gives you a little bit of freedom to have the guts to try. And I say to my guys, sometimes to just run the thing as it was like the last 100 years, it's more a fault than try something new. Because the hockey in 15 years is going to change. It's not going to be the same. And what we do usually, what we do when we come out as a player and do as a coach, we execute or we establish the hockey like 15 years ago, what we were used to. So to close this gap between the future and what we bring as a past in the memory of our use level at the time, that is maybe the best or a strong development anyway. So now here comes my challenge. Hope I can make it. Let's see this. Is it this? Okay, I want to invite you to kind of exercise or about what is a strong development. And there is two things. You can do that together. For you, it's just spontaneous. Get your cell phone. Here is the QR code. And there is two answers on each statement. The impact means how important, how affect this statement or this area a good, strong development. And at the same time, on effort, you answer, is it hard to improve, to do the next step? But just don't think too long, but we can summarize and maybe have a look at what you guys as a whole crowd gonna answer. And anything, is it clear? You get in? As soon as you get in, you should get this page of answering each of these 8 statements or areas in sense of impact, efficiency, growing, a strong development, or effort. Is it hard on money or resources or whatever? Okay, coming in. Take you a few minutes, but don't be afraid. It's not right or wrong. Those they're done, maybe have a look, and is there any comments you would do instead of me about the result? Those they've been through? There any questions so far? You made it? Okay. How does it look like for you? Sorry? How does it look like, the results? Good? Yeah. Well, I would say that's a stupid question because at least everyone see more or less it's so much important, everything. Maybe number 4 here. Number 4 is a competitive junior league. I would say, okay, it's important. Junior league means the game, the ratio of the game, how you set up the weekly plan with the games. It's about that. I should have maybe explained, and we should talk more of each statement. But any more answers? If not, I just pick up the thing to read. It's not just too obvious, but number 8, the parents' information communication. You tell me has a high impact of youth development, of a quality, strong development. But it's maybe, yeah, it needs effort, but it's not on the edge here. So if we go on and maybe do more specific a little bit, then maybe overall a club can do the same thing and just get one point out and say, here we put the next resources in, the next power in money or people, staff, whatever, to have a better impact or to improve the impact overall for youth hockey. And as we said, to make the picture, to finalize, we need probably a strong development to have a good hockey on top level 10, 15 years. Okay, so we were stuck on that. Did we miss some kind of topic there? Maybe I was too fast, or for a strong development anymore? Or did we fit? Yeah.
Can I ask, like,
Sure.
in your view, what are the things that are most impactful
Okay. Somehow, I agree with this slide, with this answer. Everything is part of a strong development. And I picked during the next few minutes a few ideas you can maybe have a consideration of what is next. But of course, it needs to be done by the effort. Do you have the money? Is it money-wise? Is it resource-wise? Then to figure out. And I would just empower you to go over with you as a coach, with you as a club, or as a federation, see what is next area we want to approach. But to maybe answer a little bit your question, you're going to see we focus on excellent or best practice models, maybe sometimes more than the game. I say the game is just a feedback what you learned on youth hockey. And we are maybe too much focused on leagues and games and winning. Of course, you learn through games as well. But we have a culture, we have a ratio about, just as an overall big picture, 3-to-1. Let's practice 3 times for 1 game. And then it comes, what kind of additional elements of athleticism, of mental, and. But that's about our culture, and you know, Canadians, they maybe go for games more than practice. Parents, I say involve parents more than we do. Sometimes we're afraid, we don't like them too much, they blah, 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 but needs information, put them in, because the environment, if parents is not along on a later on talent development strategy, it's gonna be hard, no? Answer your question a little bit? So if you don't miss something, I have sorry about the spelling error, any topic from yesterday you would like to maybe hear and see more. Just put them on your cell phone, we see on the slide in case. If not, then I have plenty of stuff. But is there any thing you saw yesterday or you didn't see because it didn't work, that I might take a time to get into that topic as well a little bit more deeper? Not? So I was too fast, too sophisticated, you was too exhausted, or I don't know. Just tell me, Whiskey.
What are the clubs for, like club ethos? How do you go about it?
Clubs.
How do you have a shared one across the country?
Okay, how we shared or how we collaborate with the clubs, is that it?
No. How do the clubs all pull in the same direction?
Oh, okay.
We have a shared objective or outcome.
Okay, well, let's answer this one. Maybe this one. So I don't give up Romagnosi, I'm sorry. It's about information. It's about information and convincement. And you remember maybe this quality management system, the labels. We have a lot of criteria. What I think as a federation guy could help. So what I do is, I want to have you guys, like the head of development, more in my room to share, because I have to convince from federation to club stakeholders to transfer the message, the content, the new campaign or whatever through in any level. So I have to have them. So I put that as a criteria. If you're here, I spend part of my top pot of money for this criteria. Very sophisticated, and not just too much, but maybe £100 or whatever. So I can bring in what is important for me, and this is the communication part. Second, we have kind of an umbrella. You heard probably from umbrella from the Finnish system. We were looking at these guys as well. So we have an umbrella of what it means. We send out guys on the field, talking to coaches, talking to head offs, to implement new ways, new ideas, the best way we can and the fast way we can. And I say to my guys on Federation, whatever we do, whatever we find great and fancy, it's none. It's none as it not end up by the athlete, the young athlete. But I cannot touch 15,000 youth hockey players. So I go to the head off, or to my instructors go to the head offs go to the coaches, and coaches go to the player. That's the chain. It's not easy, but it needs efforts, and you can move faster than maybe others they don't do. Is that answering your question a little bit? Oh, here we go. How we convince parents. I would say that's a good question. Maybe Kevin, they should buy my book, no? To convince parents. No, don't worry, it's German. Yeah, it's about the same answer for me, communication. It's maybe not enough just to have one evening. Maybe you do even virtual, but you talk with them and you spread your plan. We said yesterday about the plan. You need a plan, but spread them out in a low-level way and say, that is why we stand for. That is our culture of the club. And we go for behavior, for social behavior, and we don't accept this and this. That fills in, and maybe some guys, some parents, maybe they don't pick it up, then I'm sorry. But here is the limit. And tell them what you can't do. You're not responsible as a club, as a coach, for everything which is not done as a parent. It's a big challenge of society education. So tell them what you want to do, what you stand for, you as a coach, as a club. Tell them as well, here we cannot. This is your part. And we expect about these and these. This is a little bit what I would approach with parents. Improve structure development, club, on and off the ice, yeah. How? We talk about the process, but it's a wonderful question. I like that because it's not just a topic. We talk a lot about topic scientific. I said, we should work closer. Scientific should be smart enough what is the field, and field listen to the scientific. So we have the topic, how we want to what we want to implement into next generation. And maybe these are the guys, these are the stakeholders, national team coach. We want to play. I think the game going to develop this way. That is going back to youth hockey department. What does it mean and how we can implement the topic and then the methodic, the promotion, the promotion part, how we deliver the message and how we get across with the new things to develop. That is from top down, I would say. And we're going to manage this, and then it's at the end, again, talking, convince, try, be empowered to do something, and reflection, check and analyze, adapt, and get along with new things. Should structures drive change, or should it be the club's choice? Yeah. If I understood correct, is it like one stream, or is it the freedom of a club to run his own? Is that kind of? I would of course emphasize when we have an idea of the same idea all over the country. That helps. I don't know, we're a small country, but many clubs, so they sometimes change. If they realize, oh, they have the same ideas, could help. But within that, we're a federalistic country based on, everyone his power then put into the mainstream. That's okay. I might come up with some more slides. Then I switch now a little bit of of my side. Hopefully I can do that. Let me see. Now it comes another challenge. I like to answer this. I heard about ice time. I don't know. This is an old slide. I wasn't prepared for that, so I just throw it over for you guys. Maybe it's an idea. Different level of players, how you manage this, it's a challenge. Put the guys together, stationary practice, give you a chance to have individual group on different level. But here we create like all practice. Like if you say, oh, I don't have enough ice time, why don't you put 2 teams together on the ice? I don't know how much is the average of a group, team group. What do you say? 25? Oh, that's good. No, that's good. That's running a practice. If it's not that much, because you're a regional club, maybe you can put that, and we define, just you have an idea how you split the ice, and they don't even touch each other. I mean, you can go here from 1-to-1 to the 3 against 3, creating from one angle up to the zone, and you can ride by side 2 different levels. So just the format, how you want to split, and of course you can run the whole practice this way. Here you know about an extra ice in the corner, or the small games in the zone. This is just looks kind of stupid, but just have this pattern set, and then within that you create your starting point of the drill, and you go into some game-like situation. In the other end, age group different, no problem. So don't come up with the excuse, I don't have ice time. It needs cooperation together, no? And maybe set up and try. And sometimes, to be a little bit tactic, sometimes like these short terms, I see a lot of drills, they start somewhere in the middle zone, great, you get used to, but it's boof, 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 and then at the end you say the goal of the exercise is shooting and scoring, but they're exhausted at the end, or they don't get the puck anymore on the shot, no? So yeah, this comes to detail now. Then you better start like short, quick pass, get into when the goal of your exercise is shooting or scoring. You know? Any question on that? Okay, so let me think, this works. So we went through to that, and maybe I can summarize with pictures. Of course is the idea how to make a player better, coming to a national team and be the best hockey we can establish in the country, of course. But it's not just this, again. It's not just this, and this maybe should earn more award and more focus. Keep them involved, long life. And I know maybe that should be addressed to parents as well, no? They come in and say, can my son become a national team player? Yeah, maybe, but it's in our country. I said to parents, it's 2-3% of the guys in an age level. They make the contract. Otherwise, what is this? And it's still so great to invest kids to have hockey, even if not. And this is maybe the task I would give it to coach. Don't be the last coach of a kid. And now you can think, there's so many answers in it. And I tell you, you know better, baby. They don't complain, kids. They just don't show up anymore, or they switch the sport. Then it's okay, yeah, but yeah. Or is it maybe this? To grow young people. Is there any better task working with kids than this? I'm just too old, but I'm still passionate for this. And it's way much more. If you have not enough ice time, create moments you can grow on mental, on athletics as well. So to work on this, I would say. And just to overall, I go a little bit fast about this pyramid of content. Maybe we are too much into that, the game, to win the game, to have the skills for beating the opponent with age of 10 or 12. Yeah, but it's up here. You know Maslow. Have you done this well? Are you ready for that? Have you even content? Is your passion and your energy even for all those basic things? And do the best you can in a practice, but stay back sometimes. That was my how to say, not my request. I would emphasize this, that you step back and say, where I am when I run a team. How do I behave? What is my statement? How I talk to these young kids, whatever it is. Age appropriate, we hear a lot. Of course, I cannot go into it. It's different with 9 or 19 guys, 19-year-old guys. But to compete, the battling on technique, that's up here, and then it comes to efficiency to make it better than the team we face. If you want to jump into that, please be free and say no. Yes?
So I have some parents that don't see, they see this part of their kids' career as the fun part, right? And they see competing as fun, right?
Yeah.
And they don't see a structure for long-term or medium-term development for the players beyond junior hockey.
Yeah.
So to those players' parents, they're like, they want to go to nationals, they want to win, and then trying to dictate to them there's a long-term future for their player is tricky if you can't show them a pathway for that player beyond junior hockey, right?
That's fantastic. That's not tricky. You have to show them. You have to invite them and say, listen, this is our plan. And my boss, a club culture, said, this is my 2 years of a long 15 years development. Are you agree to that? And probably they don't say no to that. Because in school, you wait until you learn to read. There's a certain age, no? They have a plan with what comes in what age. What about hockey? We don't have this? Of course we should have. And if you show them, I think they buy in. And of course, I say winning is coming, in my philosophy, between learn to win, compete and win is about from 15 to 16 to 20. But of course, don't understand me correct. I'm not saying I go and want to lose the game, but I play with all of units with 11. Give you an example. Jonas Sigurdahl, New Jersey Devil. I talked with the parents for the book, and I said, oh God, he was overrated. He went 3 hours for the tournament under 11, under 12. He's not playing. Too heavy. Oh my gosh. Maybe he would have been now a better player, no? See, is that a kind of the thing? We have to have a plan, set it as a culture, as from federation, some advices. Maybe you adapt in a club, what you can. Depends on the resource, of course. But then maybe it's information. And here it comes. I don't know if this is the coach. Oh, of course, you have to check. But sometimes it's not even the coach. It's the head of development who has to stand for. And second, maybe you find guys, they're good in talking to parents. Gives you as a head coach a little bit more energy to focus on development content. But it has to be done. And great question at the end. But you can do something, as we saw now starting Mentimeter and so, no, there is an impact of good having understanding parents. Can you make that? Yeah. Great. Because this is the thing, you know, about the planning. It's probably not this one. So we should, in many areas, you set up a plan, and we can share. Not everyone has to do the whole work. It's damn work, no? What we do in every areas of content, we need a plan to set together this plan and have a basic. That would be my approach on my focus at the time I was in charge of development. Is there any of this overview you would kind of ask question again or go into more? I have an overall picture. No? Okay, then I have. This is maybe a little bit more sophisticated. I mean, there is so many books about planning and development, education, plans. Just an overall, like we set up like the foundation, we call it, the format of the game. And then comes to selection. We started under 14. We do, but we know that the decision is so tough. You probably heard, it's hard to say who is the guy. But maybe we can, with that, I come up with another slide, with our talent diagnostic sheet. We can emphasize things like athleticism. Under 14, is that a criteria you select the guys, yes or no? Athleticism, important? Athleticism. Is that a part? Yeah?
What if they don't develop till 60?
If they?
If they don't develop until later.
To there.
To later.
Oh, yeah. Good point. You can do that. No, that's the other question. Can you improve? Yes. I was under 15. Maybe a little story. We collect under 15 the first time as on the platform of the National Federation. 150 under 15 guys. So I step in and say, congratulations, you're a talent. No? Otherwise, you're not here. Great. You dream, what do you dream? Oh, hockey, contract, pro league, NHL. Great, dream. So we do a condition test, athleticism test, and they say, are you good? Oh, no, not so good. Okay. Can you improve? Can you get better? If you go running, you get better? Oh, yeah. Okay. So and the last question is not even true anymore. How much time you spend on your cell phone? So they gave me a 2 or 3 hour, probably today is more, eh? So I say, okay, you will dream NHL. You're not so good in athleticism and condition, but you dream NHL, you contract. And you say you can improve. You spend 3 hours, 4 hours on the cell phone, and you're not a top athleticism guy? Make your answer. Because I tell you, I see, say, you under 15, watch you guys, because next year, I need one of you two. I don't mind. It's up to you next, what you do next year. Under 16, we go with 60. So this is a message, and if they see, oh, maybe if I dream what it means, that is teaching. And don't think you mention once and then it works. And when it comes to higher performance, we define more and more the prospect players with a club and of course with a national team, and then at the end we go specializing things on practice more and more, and then it comes to the national team it went, which should help them to raise again their level from club level to national team. I don't know, you national coach, I see a lot of, not a lot, but always people or guys, they're good in the national performance, but they cannot make the step to the international level. But it's experience. Again, this is our structure where we have. Any question on that, on structure, how we work on it? I heard a little bit about moving up. It's okay for you? Moving up the talent into next level? It's a push. That's a parent thing too, to talk about, no? And I said it's all based on how this individual player is, if he's strong enough to make and find a role here in the under 18 as a under 16 player. I'm not saying no, do it, but I believe we do it too fast, too much. And then everybody is happy, no? But maybe the development part of this kid is not optimized. Because I can tell him here, hey man, it's up to you, you're the leader. We need you to win the game. If he goes up to under 18, he has a good battle level, perfect. He has a strong opponents, perfect, as long as he get into the match, no? But leadership, where it builds, never ever, because it's always on next level, no? Depends on the goal we have, depends on the focus and the culture. We want to develop players, they lead the game. Yeah, then I'm not saying don't do it, but be focused on what we have, and maybe you have to talk to parents, or even to, in our country, to agents. We want to keep him there, and he should be leaders and go ahead in front of the team and, no? About formats, there is a lot of talking already, I guess, 3-on-3. I'm not to go too far on cross ice. Of course, touching the puck is fun, more having meters involved instead of the full ice rink. Maybe I can show you some other 4-on-4 specific. Here is a slide, how we work on recruitment. Lighter puck, do you use a light puck? Good. Some guys say, no, it's gonna flip it up, and yeah, but then I say, listen, you have to do the pass perfect, otherwise the light puck is gonna flip too much. So more challenging. We have even a 2-color puck to bring in as we try on best practice to implement the tactical part, the game behave into the technical part. So and then it's creative. Go with a 2-color puck and say, if it's yellow on top, it go this way, and if not, it's the other way. So all they do, and you know, hockey is a mind game, no? So how we can implement one stimulus of mind on the technical part, it's just an additional moment of development as well. Same with dresses. You know, there's many things like in football, like if you focus on the color, you focus on the symbol, and then different tasks. About the goals, it's a big challenge, but I'll leave that to Kevin. Small, here you maybe have an answer about, yeah, we have smaller nets on under 9. Kids appropriate. We have smaller nets under 9. Oh, again? You don't believe in anybody? Okay, thank you. Just get up and say, well, why not? I faced the challenge or the discussion. No? Scoring efficiency. National team coaches, are you great in scoring efficiency? Good enough? I'm looking at the aide. Scoring efficiency, good? Oh, okay. Oh, maybe start earlier. That's okay. I get this. They should be very good, because you have not too many options, no? So they should score out of 10 or out of 5, no? This is the difference too. So how we implement this? How we get better on scoring? Now, I mean, we can talk for hours. I just throw the idea on the 13 we tried. Look at this. I said they start early full ice. And you go full ice and you think we should implement what I saw on the national team. And I said, instead of a face-off you can learn what age? Well, of course, you need to teach them one day. But face-off you can from 12 to 20. Now, what is it if we have, and then we don't have scoring under pressure? In a game, it's always pressure, probably. Yeah? So we start this. Instead of a face-off, maybe you'll think this guy is stupid. No, this is not the game at all. Yeah, it's not the game, but we teach the game. And if we have like 10 or 20, then the parent says, well, that's not fair. They score 5 times on a pressure, on a breakout. Yes. So what does it mean? You lose or you win through the rules. On the 13 game, then you finish up with 12, a championship ranking 5th instead of 3rd. What makes that for future? Nothing. But maybe you have hundreds of pressure breakouts, and you see if you score, then it's scoring. If you not, then it goes on. So it goes quick, easy, whistle. Maybe they cheat, and the coaching has said, don't cheat, because he should have a chance to score under pressure. And you can do that in a championship. My coaches, they don't buy in. They could not make the difference between that education or the regular game. But on the 13, I think we could risk and try. Or maybe you start every week, half an hour scrimmage, and you implement that. And you see if you improve. And by side, it's not only scoring, it's goaltending as well, no? So, you have the guts to try things you never did so far? Another thing, here is not Josie, but just how this game is gonna be. Darlene, look at him,
he's
defending.
Jump down. Everybody kind of follows. It's going to leave a wide opening at the top. Then he's going to get the puck. You see Jake McCabe? He's just going over into defensive position. Just cover up, try to stay out of the way, let the young man do what he does. And here the puck just follows him. He just continues to go around, jumps in, opens up. He really got the Pittsburgh Penguins in turmoil running around because they weren't sure where he was. He opened up. They created some good.
What do you see and how you comment? In perspective of just NHL, level is pretty okay, you know. And then you look back and on your level, age level, what do you see? Do you see that in your game? Come on, be honest. Tell me, yes or no? No, you don't see that, but it's a future game. And I'm teasing you now, no? You don't see that. Can you afford to try? Because it's not the drama if it doesn't work. Maybe it's not even a drama. It's a great chance to practice and to emphasize and to develop a transition from offense to defense. Well, it could be maybe not that easy. But if it's the future game and we don't have this. We start this one. I show you just the 4-on-4 lengths. It could be simple, like there are 8 guys on the ice, more skating than 5-on-5. Makes sense, no? But there are discussion about 3-on-3, same thing. Yeah, could be. I say 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. What is the difference? Any comment on that? If I play this game 3-on-3 or 4-on-4? What do you think? What you emphasize on teaching on 3-on-3? What you focus on 4-on-4? No comments? Don't be shy. Puck? Passing, okay, more passing, yeah, 4-on-4. Puck possession, it's more easy or what is better for puck possession? 4-on-4, 3-on-3? Okay, yeah.
4-on-4 is better for the possession game because it puts more pressure on the puck carrier.
Yes, yeah.
Passing and it encourages
Yeah. So if you have a lot of guys into the area, a strong area, it's going to be harder to keep the puck, to pass quick without failure, and you have to watch. 3-on-3 is maybe a little bit more open. There is one pass, maybe I would say transition, one guy's up, like the big one, 3-on-3, you have more transition. So if I want to emphasize skating and transition and quick speed and even the scoring on the pressure, then maybe I start with 3-on-3. If I want to emphasize puck possession, in narrow spot, battlings, then it's 4-on-4. See, it's again based on every drill, I would say, make a reflection, what is your focus on? And then you have a reflection. As I said, if you have 10 passes in the middle zone and you shoot and the drill, you say that's a scoring drill, then okay. So we did that, and look at this guy here. I give you an example. This is number 8, a defender. I just want to show you how it is, even at home. Can I stop? Here, stand up. Great. Transition. So what is it now? We go into tactics. So what is now? It's a 3-on-1. Great, no? So what do you teach a 3-on-1? Scoring. Go try. Look at this guy. Great opportunity. Oh, puck down, maybe it was a shot, and then quick, go back to the blue line, because I'm a defender, no? Better glue on the blue line, because I want to be ready when they come for transition. But he missed the chance, the opportunity. You think Josi would do that way? Dahlin would do that way? So see what my message is? Get into, give him a chance, and they should start to see this is a scoring chance, and then it's tougher. Then even the forward has to read, oh, my guy is down, maybe I should, you know? And this is the modern game. If you don't start with till 16, it's hard. Then they see the defender on the blue line. Defend is my job. No, it's not anymore, no? It's both. See, just as an example of a switch quick, we call it switch quick in sense of we implement the whole modern use game into the color. Crossfire, you say? Cross? Is that? Yeah. Cross? Cross ice? No, there's green, how you say? Cross line? Traffic light, yeah. Okay, but even the smallest kid in the eyes, he understand. Green is some kind of goal, red is not, and yellow. So we go into in more detail. So we did the whole switch quick of no position anymore. We don't want to emphasize the defender and forward, but how you are in relation to the puck. In a red, 20, 30 slides we have, and we discussed that with the coach. And they need an understanding and a convincement as well. Oh, that could help the long-term plan. So again, pressure, or the play guy, the support guy close to the puck, the triangle is about distance, and the distance guy. So I'm just showing the idea what you can implement and try if you believe we should have the defender more active, more empowered. And I bet that's, he has fun, no? To be part of the attack. And reading the game is our way to go. Penalty scorer. I had another project. We start under 14, youth development. We start penalty shoots at early begin, before the game. Look at that. What do you see? I see role models. Josi is just one. But you see the fake? So that is a message about education, how you can implement. Maybe you're not the top guy, you played 100 years in a pro and you can show them how to do, but maybe you find a clip to show, and then we go on the ice. And they look at things, no? It's another way to educate. All right. Kevin, you stop me when... These are the areas we set up about education, and we come back to the content, and we talk about athletics. Very important. We come back, I show you a slide then about talent development, high performance lifestyle, a huge thing on top level. How to manage yourself. And it's not about hockey at the end. It's about having the focus the energy to the things you want to do, you want to reach. Awesome for business, for life, no? Sell that to the parents as well. We focus on that because it's maybe a stronger person. We can go for 2 hours on, about this topic, what it means, no? But high performance, to perform, it's fun. It's not just, we have to do. So the personality, the soft part of the person is very important for us by side of all these game behaviors and technique tactic. It's about the culture thing. And as I said, I love these two pictures because do you need to teach the guys about scoring? Show them, need a rider? And maybe you can question in 10 minutes, what do you see? What do you think, goalie, how you feel like? Blah, 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 blah. And then you go on the ice and do the drill. And then you can empower them. Great. How they go on the screen, no? What about this, no? Shooting lanes. Show them the shooting lane. Tough, no? So you can teach with pictures. Sometimes you don't need words. I go really quick on that, but I don't want to embarrass our guys, but I said it's very important to practice, best practice, when you have a lot of practice, and show these two things. Unfortunately, it's not the same age, but if you compare these, is there any comments? Just be loud, give back feedbacks. What do you see? Intensity? Where? Just, okay. Right side intensity, good. Way higher. Any else? Lots of people. No, but I teach discipline. Standing in a line, no? Good. But maybe it's not the game. Thank you very much. Yeah. See, I mean, just reflect what you do, and this coach is not, but it's our coach. I could cry about this. There is a funny story, don't laugh, but I have as my, this guy, I think this was the last in a row, when he was up, he stopped the drill. So he was about 5-6 minutes, maybe, it's just a really bad example, no? But just reflect where you have drills you could improve. Because, yeah, there is a little bit skating, there is a shoot, maybe not, maybe there. And this is a poor fun performance level. But anyway, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Can you do this drill with these guys? Can you? What do you think they improve? They improve a lot, no? Even the skating, the agility and things. I'm not saying just this. Then you can have an intensity, you have the ratio between rest and intense, and what is more fun for the kids? The answer is clear, no? So just as a reflection on your practice planning, what you can do and maybe what you can improve. So we had this even for recruitment, but a little bit more structured in a way, give them a help. We have a plan, and I said the five rule means 5% of the time an intro, 55 stationary practice, game competition 55, outgoing, finishing 5%. Any comments on that? No? Where are the mathematics experts? Don't believe everything which is in front here. It's too much. Can you help me out? This 120%, no. But if the setup or the structure of the practice is this, what is the answer to help me out with math? You probably have to have game and competition into stationary, into intro, or outgoing. If you can, and it doesn't have to be scientific, but just the big picture overall sometimes. Do you have half or more than half of the practice time into game and competition somehow. This is the big picture. Get it now? You can agree with that, like 55 into game situation, into intro or outgoing, then it fits, no? So that is my test on the coaching clinics, if they say, yeah. So they, okay. Yeah. Again, I said we practice is literally re-emphasized, and we study a lot if we can implement technique into tactic, or tactic into tactic. So these are the 4 pillars. Beside values overall, we go on and we talk. We rather talk with them about this instead of any system or whatever. Game behavior. And what we do is like we have campaigns that maybe answer the question as a little bit like we start a campaign, we go with that, and maybe all over the country would be nice to have this. So we throw this campaign to the club members. Go. We have the hero players. They teach these kind of 4 elements of speed. And maybe you can keep it, and it goes all over the country to answer the question in one stream that would give an impact. You know about education. So creativity, sense of the game is important for us. Teach the game through the game. I give you now the sheet. We identify talent. We grade talent. It's a hard part, and I know there is 100 different ways to do. I'm not saying this is the most or only right or wrong. Is there any question on these stars? How we'll want to look at player from starting from under 14 to under 20? Maybe more confusing way. Here is a little bit of, and that has to be taught. As I say, from development to selection. We should select in a way what we have as a content we teach and develop. From selection to development. What we need to have as an answer to select players, we should develop, we should teach. So here is a question a little bit. Take a paper, just go quick. These are the stars, team, elements, age, disposition, and environment. And we have a sophisticated formula behind. Is that any criteria the same value? Your task now is spread the 100%, we keep 100%, through all these criteria. What is the most important? You give maybe 100 or 90% or 10%, or what is not that important for a player under age group, let's say under 12 to 15. We go a little bit of this. This is our age, we start to look at it. Try on a sheet. For yourself or together in 2, give the percentage, the grades of each criteria.
Can you go over 100%?
At the end, yeah. But I tell you, I want to see what you answer. Just give an idea. What is it? At the end, we just have a look at what is very important, what is not. I'm so sorry. This is the best moment. And my boss said to me, I should have stopped now, see? We have to quit. But Give me what is the most important? What is the highest grade and the lowest grade or of the criteria? The most important and the less important. Who gonna answer? Yeah? Personality? Low or high? High. What else? High, high, what else? Any other options? All? Yeah, then you go all for 12% because you don't have more than 100. Mental power, okay. Any other? Low rates criteria? Yeah, just discuss this with a coach that gives understanding. What is the performance, what we need, national team coach, what we need in the future, and what we do in this age group, what we can and we cannot, from selection to development. Here it comes just as an idea. Maybe, sorry coach, hockey sense, the game understanding is so important. But yeah, personality is high rated, second. Perfect. And see, athletics, it's 4, but don't tell, I just want to make sure. I know it's important, but it's not important in the age of 15, but we implement this, and we do the test, and we say, this is important, it's gonna be. But I show you next picture. Because testing, athleticism, these are under 15 guys. How can you say he's the guy? They don't make the same results, no? So, but then, and this is the key, if it's the same rating under 18, that is a different change, no? Then it comes this. And then sometimes age is not that important anymore because later you perform or not. It's a long period. We discussed a lot, but through discussion, I hope that I could across the message about understanding of what we focus on and what we emphasize in some certain age levels. A little bit sophisticated. Is there any question on that? Okay, I ran through train the brain, that's personality. There is no ice time needed, no? You can train the brain as the personality, strengthen the personality. Find ways. We have this kind of elements of personality, behavior, and mental things. It's a little bit hard to distinguish, but this is the message. And here come best practice level. Just throw it over. Different fun part, we said. But it's not only fun part, yeah? It's not, depends on age group. But maybe you try things, which is not delivered yet. Maybe it's a fun thing to have new experience on the ice for kids. And then you go back and say, what is important, what we improve with that. And I believe we can improve agility. Don't look head up. We say in hockey. So how you teach head up? That's maybe an element to teach. I'm not saying do only this, but maybe be creative and try. And maybe they have fun. An early beginning of the season to do things like that. The agility exercise, you practice up and down and up and down. Yeah, I'm not saying no or yes, but is that an element you can implement? Maybe some kind of points in a way. Recruitment, yeah, that's the game sheet for recruitment. Try. And some teaching, we even come further. I show you that you can even, if you're fast on, I don't know if it's working. Yes, it's working. We have this modern learning on education. We can go on a website, and this is open. This introducing lesson is even in English, if you like, and maybe you share with parents, go into those they want to know how they get there. It's for free as long as you find the website, no? So we try to, and this is a Yeah, I just skipped this now. It's another way to teach kids, interesting kids, give them more. It doesn't have to, but those they're really greedy, they maybe take it. I finalize with some final statement. Success is a mind game. It's up to you to start somewhere. Inspiration, take an idea, try, be creative, find ways to implement that in your development, and don't be shy to do it. Be strong to correct and maybe skip it if it's not working. Development is such a great field to make experience. This is our statement for the personality, so we have to strengthen them. Trust is such a loving word from my side, extremely demanding, but it helps to do and run. Trust and appreciation. And you heard that a lot of times already. Together, parents, kids, and the big guys, I think that's a strong development. We have okay, this is maybe it. A good point. Yeah. So I hope I could inspire you with one kind of point, what you can do next, and good luck to build a strong development. Thank you very much. If I understand correctly, maybe you help me out. Like the game, small area games, I can emphasize, because they, even if you're not that experienced as a player and you be as a coach, put them in. The smart guys, they're gonna pick it up. They're gonna see and say, oh, maybe if I have not the speed, I cannot pass them. And all those things through the game, teach the game through the game, and be open. You set up. The setup is there's no defender, no organization. But then comes the teaching point and say, hey, why you go as a fourth guy and they can finish it? So this is kind of implemented into area games as well. Is that kind of approaching?
Yeah, I just think when people watch players like that, it wasn't by luck.
No.
Pete, I think the point you're trying to make is that, what I've seen around is coaches have small area games in their practices and stuff, but they were very intentional as to the game. They ran the game for a purpose, not just because the coach liked the game. It wasn't just, hey, let's just run it.
There was an end game, and then when you see the big picture and the big ice, you see the small games come into the situation.
Yeah, it's a great point, because in a lot of you can run the same small area game and teach different aspects of what you're trying to teach, right? You can teach the offensive side of the game. You can teach the defensive side of the game. You can teach even different elements of the defensive side of the game in the same game. Yeah, it's a good point. No, but it was intentional, is your point, I think, right? It's intentional. They didn't just, grab this off the internet. I like this.
I stole it off the Swiss website. I was on there, and I went on and I found there was a game series, and everything's out there to be stolen, or borrowed. What I noticed was, when you play against them, these things are happening all the time. It's not like they're just jumping into the plate. They know when to, they know when to drop down slides. They know when to activate. They know when to pressure the puck and get a second guy. I mean, you see the games. It's crazy because the games are teaching them from a young age to play like this. Teaching them the mind to go and decision making, quick.
Awesome statement. As I say, small area games it's not done with this message, but implement these games, but with a purpose. I said there is a goal behind. I just give you a simple example. If you do 2-on-2 and you say no passes allowed, what you implement? The other guy goes for the rebound automatically, because the game said what I want to have. I want to have shots and rebounds and screens. So if you start the game, no passes in a small area, 8, 10 corners, or I don't know, let's say 4, then you have this, and then it comes to the teaching point as well. How to do, where we go, and on, in different element of target of the game. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thank you for the question.
Alan?
Hi. You mentioned yesterday about how you incentivize clubs to grow and to get the youth model correct by expanding and having a good baseline. We don't have that luxury here. What would you suggest that we do to encourage or force our clubs to make sure that we get it right at the base end?
I would show them the slides. I said, this is the max, this is the grade, the split, the competences. You see all the tasks. It was a little bit fast, but you get it on a handout. The tasks they run. And then I would discuss it. Where are you? And with great respect, I don't ask them to do that, but to think what we have, and maybe with a Mentimeter, what is the impact and what is the cost on resources or money and to improve. And then they go home and do next step. That's all. I don't ask for them to do that. There are not many clubs in Switzerland, maybe 2 rich clubs can implement with professional staff. But they realize what it's all about, having a great development culture in a club. And then they should go home and discuss and maybe say, oh, you have the same problem. Then they can share and just go from that, from the top, from the max to your situation, and check it out. What could be next step? Simple, possible, no? And not everyone is at the same level, but to improve, as I said, it's a process, a long-term process.
Great. Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.
Awesome.